Brian Tyler. My formal training is with Master's in Business Administration, concentration in finance at Baylor University. And since that time, I have been trained in bank training programs, capital markets divisions, negotiation seminars, public speaking seminars. And I grew my market presence, basically getting clients from a perspective of subject matter expert. And we would do lots of public speaking opportunities and events such that we could talk about what we did, and that would generate interest in it and potential clients. And my undergraduate was BA in economics, arts and science at Miami University. My career in corporate banking led me to positions with large international banks, corporate banking, mergers and acquisitions, and capital raising services. I had opportunity to work at Moody's Investor Services in New York, working with asset-backed structured finance products where we would look at a business opportunity, design a structure that made sense to the capital markets as they existed, so we could raise very large amounts of money, billions of dollars, and ended up running a line of business, investment banking for Royal Bank of Canada in the United States. I got the opportunity after my RBC time to start my own firm called Credentia Advisors, which I've had since 2010, and I help use my skill set in mergers, acquisitions, valuation, negotiation, and incubation to help these companies, projects, films, whatever the opportunity is, ready themselves to address to the capital markets or the institutional investors. Sometimes it's private money through like a private equity type of investment, or sometimes it's public money. So we try to design the structure to meet the business opportunity so that I can match between what investors are looking for as well as what the business and the owners are desiring. What I think is unusual right now is this opportunity to access the public markets through an IPO, which has been a very difficult, expensive process that the SEC has tried to design a way where we can essentially allowing not only small businesses and startups to raise money for films, let's say in this example, but also to allow non-accredited investors the chance to participate in a primary offering. There are ways through the right securities provisions to actually use social media and the internet, and essentially everybody becomes a potential investor. But you can design something so that literally the whole world is your potential market. The nice thing with films and some other type of consumer products items is you can literally be developing your customer base as well as your investor base. So with this film project that we have, it's a general audience, meaning unrestricted to the world. We're going to harness the benefit of the international global markets, and we're going to harness the opportunity here for these public offerings. In my capital markets, investment banking, consulting work, I've come across well over 100 industries. And one of the things that really set my heart on the film industry and film assets was really the opportunity to make something that is an intellectual property asset, something, if you will, that is protected, but something that can impact life. With the film assets being intellectual property, the distribution cost, once it's made, becomes something that the more you sell, the lower the cost. So it has characteristics of software, but yet it can impact people's lives in a stronger way. What we're leveraging here is the fact that the Securities and Exchange Commission and the US government looked at the landscape, and the conclusion over many years was that only very large companies could access the capital markets effectively, and only very large companies were going public, and only very rich investors were getting the opportunity to invest in these IPOs and being further enriched. So small, mid-size, and startup businesses couldn't access the market, and all but the very richest could invest in these. So through the Jobs Act and through some other provisions to try to facilitate small businesses, small companies, and startups, they can raise up to $50 million in an offering through this provision at a much more cost-effective way. And it does two things. It allows these companies to access the capital markets, but it also allows non-accredited or smaller investors the opportunity to invest in these primary offerings. Me personally, I'm married and have 3 children, live in Santa Barbara, California, and I'm a U.S. citizen as well as Italian citizen, and looking forward to this opportunity.